Good day everyone, and welcome back to another Krebsko Company of Heroes cast. Today we're going to be having a bit of fun on the 2v2 map, Rails and Metal. It is me and you. And what are we going to be doing today? We are going to be taking on Sim City. Dum dum dum. Oh god. You guys surely must have taken on Sim City by now. Especially if you've played this game for a while. SimCity used to be so notorious. I remember back in the day, like this is 2007, 2008. I remember people used to spam SimCity like crazy. It's like every single game you would go into would be SimCity. So I haven't seen SimCity in quite a long time now. Maybe I just don't play against newbies or something. I don't exactly know what it is, but this is, in my opinion, going to be an interesting episode. Why? Because it's going to be pros, and the Brits, if you haven't guessed by now, are going to be using the SimCity tactics. So we're going to see how this is going to fare. How are the pro Wehrmacht going to take on pro SimCityers? Well, we'll have to find out. Fun episode about to ensue. Let's go introduce the players. Over at the Brit corner over here in Southern Rails and Metal, we've got 2 vs 2 Brits, the most literal name ever. I would not have guessed that, considering it's a 2v2 match, 2 vs 2 Brits. Wow, that is a brilliant name. High five to the creativeness in that name. Heading on over to PL Gen Bartek. I'm pretty sure we've introduced this guy before on other casts. Bartek. Over to introduce our Wehrmacht players, we've got Rochintzky. That sounds very Polish. Is everyone Polish in this game or something? I have no idea what's going on. And we've also got Yimiru. And that sounds a bit like Japanese or something. I don't know. Maybe it's just the Ru at the end. Or maybe that's RU. I don't know what it is. But hey ho, we've got a United Nations game today. So everyone of different cultural backgrounds. It seems like there's a lot more Polish people though. So anyway, that was a long introduction. We're at the 5-second mark, and we're going to be starting in 3 seconds for all of you who are watching in replays. So, starting in 3, 2, 1, and let's begin. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And what does that mean? On we go to another very exciting matchup in the Company of Heroes battlefield. Right, so here we go, guys. We've got a long match ahead of us. I know last time I was doing a cast, I was saying, you know, I'm in a bit of a rush, or this is only going to be an 18-minute cast, and some of you were saying, well, because of that, you're going to have to do a 40-minute cast next time. I don't even know how long this one is. I just know it's probably going to be 40 minutes on over. So we can suffer together as we enjoy the suffering of these opponents against each other. Anyway, so here we go. We've got the Brits already capturing the right-hand side stuff down here. One of them, anyway. They've captured the munitions point, and it looks like maybe they're going to be stretching out to that fuel point. It looks like, as we can see from the caravan of theirs, that we've got the headquarters heading down this way. I have a feeling there's no sound. Actually, there's no music at the moment. So what I'm actually going to do is put my own... Actually, no, I'm not going to put my own music. I'm going to pause this very slightly here. We're at 1 minute and 20 seconds. Sorry, guys. I've just got... I think I've actually silenced my music or something here. Yes, I have silenced my music. So that is back on. And 1 minute 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. There we go. Sorry about that. So the music is back on, and now I thought something was a bit out of place. I was wondering where that dun 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 dun, you know, song was. But anyway, here we go. So we've got the actual headquarters. It looks like it's in between these 2 points over here. It's actually going to be parking itself right on top of that fuel point. Great idea by the Brits to be doing that, because I mean, this is one of the important fuel points for the enemy team, for the Wehrmacht. Just the Rails and Metal in general, that's one of the important fuel points. Now they're effectively locking it down. Well, that's kind of greedy, isn't it? So shame on you, Brits, for being such hogs. Shame on you! Can you not be nice? But clearly the British, the whole faction, the British faction, is tailored towards people who are in general just selfish, you know, the greedy in real life. I'm joking. Okay, anyway, guys. So we've got the recon squad up here from General Bartek harassing, more so actually being harassed by multiple Pioneer squads and also motorcycles. So it's a bit funny actually. It's a turn of events. Usually it's meant to be the recon squad harassing the Pioneers. Well, we've had so many Pioneers that it looks like they're actually harassing the recon squad. That's a bit funny. Also got the headquarters command truck over here being placed down on top of the munitions. Not any fuel points or anything like that up here. Notice how that was a lot easier for the Brits to grab this point, this fuel point down here, than that one up there. Reason being because it's a whole lot closer than that one up there. See the distance between the two bases? You know, see the distance? That's why they captured that one, and they sort of went a bit short over here. So anyway, we've got lots of MGs, lots and lots of MG fire. I can just hear MGs absolutely everywhere, including the motorcycle MG as well. These guys are going a bit crazy here, actually going to be charging straight on into the infantry section. I don't think that's a great idea. I mean, you know, it's always nice to at least push them out of the cover, but I mean, to almost get yourself destroyed, I don't think so. I mean, come on, you got to respect your Harley Davidsons. I know it's obviously not a Harley Davidson, but come on. It could potentially be a Harley Davidson if it's a motorcycle. I'm just joking, it probably isn't. But anyway, we've got snipers coming out over here, so it looks like the Brits are taking a pounding. Their men are being whittled down, and if I see this correctly, that's just an infantry section man. So we lost two infantry section men over there. Now what we've got from the Wehrmacht over here is a very unusual thing to be doing. They've actually placed down two bunkers. How unusual indeed. It looks like this one was probably going to be turned into a MG bunker because it was actually facing this choke point, but it looks like it's actually been self-destructed, as in the Wehrmacht destroyed it. Reason being because, well, this mortar was just pounding away at it, and it was just simply too close. Now this one is a bit okay. It's being turned into an MG bunker, as you can see by that icon that's being upgraded at the moment. And so it's an MG bunker, but the thing that the Wehrmacht shall always suffer with is certainly with their MG bunkers range and the effect of their cone. I mean, look how pathetic this cone is. It barely stretches out anywhere. The men can easily just go around this if they so choose to, but at least it's sort of negating some of the possible pathways for the Brits to move on forward. So in some respect, that's okay. But anyway, it looks like overall, I would actually say Yimiru is actually doing quite a supporting role right now, isn't he? He's building all these bunkers, he's building snipers and MGs. You haven't seen anything in terms of like Volksgrenadiers, main infantry, right? He's also even got motorcycles. Everything that he has is supporting, isn't it? So, you know what? I love this. High five to working together. You know, that is great. Usually we only see this with American players, you know, the WSC and the Barracks, but now we're seeing it with Wehrmacht. So the Wehrmacht have learned from the Americans, hey, if they can show some brotherly love, so can we. So that is great. They're working as a team. Actually, now that I think about it, when I look at this, I think they're both going for supporting roles. Oh, God. They've destroyed my argument. I was hoping that the other guy would have gone for some Volksgrenadiers as well, but it looks like they've both got multiple snipers out. Tons of flamethrowers, Pioneers, sorry. One of them upgraded flamethrowers. And that was pretty interesting, to say the least. This is going to be very, very good at taking on infantry, because look at it. Everything is tailored towards infantry, killing infantry. You've got snipers and the flamethrowers, and, you know, that's great, right? I'm just a little bit worried if they get some sort of tanks, like, you know, an early Stuart or something like that, because they don't have any Volksgrenadiers to even let off any Panzerfausts or something like that, right? So it's a bit difficult. Anyway, so now what we see for the Brits is the development, the the infantile stage of the, actually let's say prenatal stage of the development of SimCity. As you can see, we've got the Vickers placed down over here. We've also got mortar emplacement there, mortar emplacement over here. We've got casualty clearing station. We've got a mortar down there. I think that's everything so far. So it's growing. It's like a wee baby at the moment. It's just slowly developing. As soon as the field support truck comes out, then it'll hit the puberty stage, and eventually once they get the actual 25-pounder howitzers and the 17 pounders, is it 17 pounders, the AT emplacements, then it will be fully developed. Hey man, follow me. Hey man, follow me. Is he talking to me or is he talking to somebody else? I can't really tell. This is the thing about replay sometimes. Oh god, mine's going off. This is the thing about replay sometimes. When people whisper you, you can't tell if it was actually from the replay or if it's somebody actually whispering you. I wouldn't be surprised if it was somebody whispering me. I've actually got about 150 people on my friend list. If you want to add me on Company of Heroes, then go ahead /add friend KrebsKoho, and I accept everybody. If you ever want to get a game in or something like that, if I'm online and I have the time, then I don't see why not. Anyway, so what we've got for the Pioneers over here is that they've got lots of flamethrowers, and also they've got these flamethrowers, tons of flamethrowers. Or sorry, they've got flamethrowers and veterancy too. So that's going to provide them with some survivability capability with their elite armor, effectively reducing small arms fire. And that's going to be a good start, considering that there's so many infantry sections and such. But I just hear non-stop barrages, and I'm sorry if I'm missing like all of these explosions, but there's just so many going across the field at the moment. You can see that there's a mortar barrage right in the middle of the road. There's one going down on top of the MG emplacement over here, MG man squad over here. And it's just moving them back, and that's allowing these recon squads to potentially move forward. But at least the Wehrmacht have some solid concrete bunkers to at least hold off these men. At least these concrete bunkers aren't going to be going anywhere. They simply have to be destroyed. They can't just pack themselves up and get going. Uh-oh! We've got sappers and Piets coming out. Look at that. Perfect at destroying these bunkers. That guy just flying out of the window exposure at the exposed slit at the front of the bunker. Just absolutely flying out there. But oh my gosh, here comes the torrent of men. The last thing that the Wehrmacht need at the moment. And where are these lieutenants? Well, they're trailing behind because you can see that veterancy coming out for these guys over here. And how very frustrating. I believe this is a glitch because these guys are moving just at normal speed at the moment. That's not right at all. If they have lieutenants beside them, they should be moving at normal speed. That is a glitch. How frustrating indeed. It's kind of a bit annoying if you ask me. That, you know, the last time we had a patch out in this game was over a year ago, and you know, there's these big bugs like not being able to move fully at full speed when you're the Brits. That is a big bug, and you'd think they would at least try to fix that, but you know what? I think it all comes down to funding and what the task at hand is, and also because they need to work on Company of Heroes too, of course. But still, it is kind of annoying that, you know, it's these sort of major things. They're slight things, but they're major. That could easily be fixed. But anyway, so we've got all of these men here. You just gotta wonder, how the hell did the Brits do this? They put down all these emplacements, and they've got all of these men. Whoa! That is like a locust swarm. So whatever it envelops is gonna become like a skeleton. It's just gonna rip the flesh off of everything. This blob of infantry, and we've also got the 25-pounder just coming out over here, and the 17-pounder AT gun. I was right. The 17-pounder being placed down. So this is the prepubescent stage for the Brits at the moment. I hope you guys don't mind this horrible analogy that I'm coming up with at the moment. I know it's kind of hideous, but now it's being more developed. And what are the Wehrmacht going to do? Well, they're producing an Ostwind. You know what? This is turning out to be a really unusual game. I hope you guys are really appreciating this at the moment, because in most games we see the typical, you know, the Volksgrenadiers, the Grenadiers, the packs. We see just the infantry blobs and stuff, but we're seeing the strategies being employed that we don't normally see. So, for example, the Brits with their SimCity, we seeing the Wehrmacht with double supporting roles by both by both teammates, that using Flame Pioneers, Sniper galore, Ostwinds coming out, Stukas. This is stuff we never see in games normally. So, you know what? I'm happy. Motorcycle being shredded by the 17-pounder, being taught a lesson by that 17-pounder. A bit of an overkill if you ask me, but hey, I guess he was a bit jealous of the Harley Davidson. And you know what? Placing down these bunkers, everything is really unusual about this game, but I'm loving it so far. We're 12 minutes into the game so far. It looks like it's a quarter of the way. So, you know what? It's a quarter of the way through the fun. That is great. We've still got a lot of fun ahead of us. So, as we take a quick pause here, I'm just gonna have a quick drink, and this is the horizontal landscape at the moment. And you can see the men dashing through the road, center road of Rails and Metal at the moment, as they prepare for some sort of maneuver along the flanks. It looks like they were coming in from the flank rather than directly from the front. And now they just literally tore that MG apart. I don't think there was any question there, like how fast these units died. Oh my gosh, the MG was ripped to shreds. That sniper was ripped to pieces. He has just been turned to a paste, basically, like Spam almost. He is just a paste on the ground. And at least these snipers, at least there's more snipers than Ostvins out. But I'm loving what the Wehrmacht are doing with these Ostvins. I don't remember a game, the last episode, where I actually talked about Ostvins. Ostvins are so great at killing infantry, and I love the choice of actually doing this because there are so many infantry. It's a risky maneuver in my opinion because Ostvins admittedly are quite weak if they don't have any veterancy upgraded on them. For example, at Veterancy 1, I believe they get reduced damage by 15%. Veterancy 2, increased maximum health by 15%. And most importantly, at Veterancy 3, they get increased accuracy by a whopping 40%. So when they get to Veterancy 3, you know, that's going to be a whole lot easier to devastate these blobs of infantry. And do you know what? The great thing about Ostvins is that they have splash damage. It's no surprise sometimes. You guys probably know this, but like sometimes when an Ostvin shoots, they can actually kill 2 guys with one blast. It's absolutely great. So when you have that 40% accuracy on the top of there as well, man, these Brits, beware! Beware, you better take on the Wehrmacht right now or face the consequences, right? Okay, but here they come in for another maneuver along the side. We've also got nice crossholders coming out, so 15 minutes so far into the game, and all the late game units are finally out. Wow, despite these Knights Cross being the formidable Knights Cross, everybody knows them as, whoa, Knights Cross, wow, those guys are really good. Well, they were just, they just came out onto the field and they ran away straight away because they were getting ripped to pieces with all these Bren squads and all this veterancy out. Man, it's too much to deal with at the moment. So yeah, they had to run away. Plus they don't have any veterancy out, so it's not like their survivability is that great. I don't like what the Brit is doing. He's exposing these lieutenants way too much, and look how slow they're retreating. I don't even think that's normal. I know they're exhausted, but come on, I think they're supposed to run a little bit faster when they're retreating and exhausted, but hey ho. Stuka coming down right on top of the guys here. Perfect, almost perfect timing. I think they were anticipating that they would get there a little bit faster. All these guys moving because another barrage is coming. Oh, we can see a 25-pounder being fired off. I hope you guys don't mind me actually doing these panorama views all the times. Oh, Marwin. Hi, Krebs. I am also trying to lose weight. Great stuff. You know what, guys? If you haven't watched my losing weight sessions, my video blogs, go check them out because I am on a diet at the moment, losing weight. I've lost a little bit of weight since last time, not as much as I was anticipating, but I have still lost weight. And I haven't touched junk food for a week now, but today I had my first junk food, a whole medium pizza from Pizza Hut. It was a Hawaiian, and the bacon and the pineapple. Oh my god, it was just the most... This is the challenge I'm going to set for you guys. Don't eat any junk food for a week and then have a Hawaiian pizza a week later. I'm telling you guys, it's going to be the absolute most amazing pizza that you'll ever have in your life. I just savored every single bite, and I ate the whole thing, even though I've been eating like these tiny portions for a week now. But anyway, so that is that. My little rant, and on we go back to the show. So we've got all those men being killed off. Let's actually head back to a normal perspective, because maybe that's getting a bit too alien, if anything. So here we go. We've got these Knights Cross running away yet again. How did they earn their Knights Cross again? How did they earn their Knights Cross when they keep on retreating? I don't know. But it's okay, fair enough. So here we go. We've got the Ostvinds moving on forward. Plus they have Veterancy 1. That is the reduced damage coming out on them. That's going to be really, 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 really important. Considering that there's so many Brent squads that could potentially button these things. And also tons of Piets. And most importantly, lots of Lieutenants. Meaning extra damage. So those Ostvinds would be ripped to pieces otherwise. Also got mines coming down from the Sappers over here. The Piet squad. Something we don't normally see from Brits putting down mines, but still very, very important. If you can do it, then go for it. And oh my gosh, here we go. The abuse is about to begin. We've not only got SimCity and abuse, we don't only have blobs and the abuse, we've also got kangaroos and actually not that much of abuse. To be honest, kangaroos aren't as abusive as they used to be back in 2.601. My god, I'm so glad that this is one of the things that they changed in the patch a year ago, because back in the heyday of the unbalances, these things had so much more health, they were so much cheaper, and people would spam these like crazy, and it was just unbelievably hard to take on. But anyway, just essentially think of it as a transport carrier, that's a shooting platform that you can just waltz anywhere in whilst protecting your infantry quite safely inside. Anyway, but as soon as the kangaroo is destroyed, well, it leaves all these guys exposed and vulnerable. So this other one is trying to fall back, but I believe even an Ostwind could probably finish it off by now, potentially anyway, if it can penetrate it. If it can even land a shot on it, that is. If it's going to be accurate enough, but... oh! Destroyed engine! Ah, it's going to be a hard one. Oh, there we go. The Knight's Cross just finishing it off altogether with a cheeky Panzerfaust. At Veterancy 1, they unlock...
we have lost a unit.
They unlock the Panzerfaust, the Knight's Cross holders. So, there we go. Them throwing it off, kicking it off, and destroying a kangaroo. So that is both kangaroos gone and wasted for the Brits. It was a nice attempt. Just a little bit futile. I mean, it wasn't as successful as they were probably anticipating. So we can hear a lot of explosions in the background, so I think what the most appropriate thing to do is another panoramic view. And so the Brits have been holding on so, gosh, I don't want to swear, but they've been holding on very, very well, and I commend them for doing so. They've got 25-pound gun howitzers, so this is everything that a lot of people hate in the Brits at the moment. SimCity, artillery, kangaroos, blobs. That is a lot of things that irritate people. Personally, I don't really mind, but, you know, hey-ho, a lot of people get quite irritated about it, and I suppose it makes for an exciting match to see what actually happens. How are the Wehrmacht going to respond to every single thing that people deem abusive? Well, still, as we were saying, they got all the support units, the snipers, the Ostvinds, and the Stukas are doing really, really well. In fact, let's take a look at this Ostwind over there. You can see he's got 4 kills. That's a Panzer IV coming out. Panzer IV, interesting choice to be doing that. Usually Panzer IV comes out when you want to deal with tanks and both infantry. Yeah, pretty much. And here we go. Stuka's being very effective. Now, where's the Stuka so I can find how much kills they got? There's Stuka over there. And he's only got 2 kills, so he must be a new Stuka. Maybe check that one. Oh, he's got 14 kills. Okay, he's a bit more of a veteran Stuka. And yeah, they're doing a good job at taking on these guys so far. The Wehrmacht are going for Terror Doctrine, so that is Yimiru. And also Rochintzky going for the Terror Doctrine as well. What that could mean is potentially double Firestorms, double King Tigers, double V1s, double of the Havoc, basically. Let's check the Brits, and you'll notice that one of them has gone for Royal Artillery support. Okay, Royal. So I suppose that's good. That's why they have all that artillery out in the first place, just to help get them to fire across the map. But alright, here we go. The war of attrition is going to begin. So who can make the big move first? Well, I think the Brits are in quite a bad position here, because it looks like to me that the mobility of the Stukas and just how they're pounding away at these squads and the HQ it really doesn't look too good to me, to be honest with you. All the Wehrmacht stuff is at full health, but the Brits are probably low on the manpower, so I have a feeling that the Brits are probably suffering in terms of manpower at the moment. You can see that. All these reinforcement costs with all the blobs, it's just costing too much, right? And here we go. We've also got Veterancy 3 out for the Stukas, effectively allowing them to get more health and being hard to destroy. But most importantly, also reducing the cooldown time on their barrages. So that is why they can just keep on shooting, firing constantly over and over and over. Good stuff. And I guess the Brits are going to have a hard time with taking this on because unlike the Stukas, which are mobile, their 25-pounder gun howitzers are quite the immobile. So they can't really move. Flamer going down, and all this stuff is a bit too close. Move back, snipers, you're way too close. But still, the Brits taking a lot of casualties here, and the Wehrmacht are generally okay. And we also got that other kangaroo right there. And some Cromwells coming in. But the Brits are actually falling back at last, aren't they? Look at this. They're actually having to fall back all the way because they're way afraid of these Nice Cross at the moment. Whew! Lucky for them, the Nice Cross are running away. But oh no! One infantry section had to go down. It's so unfortunate these Nice Cross. I don't know why they retreated. I believe one of them could have stayed. At least one of the squads, so one of the 3 guys in it could have stayed back and finished off some more infantry sections, but okay, we'll have to live with it. Not that we can change it right now. I wish sometimes I could just click on these units and be like, go there, and they can't. But oh god, here we go. So more Stukas. I hope you're not going to be getting sick of Stukas in this match because they are just going to keep on coming down all the time. Look at all these sappers just trying to repair this thing, and all these Stukas coming down right on top when they're repairing it. It means they're just going to take extra damage. Oh no! The casualties! Oh no! Oh no. We had a few direct hits there. You can just see the scorched bodies. I don't understand it. When you're repairing something, you're repairing your bus, and then a colleague, your friend beside you gets hit by a rocket, is scorched on fire, he's dead, yet you have the perseverance to keep on going. That, my friend, is battle valor. That is when you lose your consciousness of thinking and it's just your wits that are present. More Stukas, cannot get enough of this stuff. I'm feeling quite sorry for the 25-pounder gun howitzers at the moment because they just cannot finish off these Stukas. I mean, they really want to, but they're all spread out and they just keep on moving. It's so annoying. But here we go, Wehrmacht with the King Tiger just coming out. And what the heck is going to happen? We'll have to find out because we've got the kangaroo here falling back a little bit, and Cromwells, 3 of them. Can they take on a King Tiger? I don't know. I'm quite iffy about it, to be honest, because not from the front armor. Their front armor, if they're going to be shooting the front armor, it's going to be quite bouncy, if anything. Also, Panzer IV supporting from the side. Oh no. Be careful, Cromwell, especially this one that's about to be destroyed. I don't think this is a good time for all these tanks right here. Oh, kangaroo going down. No. No, HQ is going to be going down. Howitzer giving some relief, some support. Panther just coming out for Yimiru. That's HQ down. Oh my gosh, the Brits are losing their ground. It was so solid. We saw all that great stuff. You know, it was just, they had such a strong hold in the early and mid game, and now it's just crumbling apart on this side of the map. I guess the veterancy is turning out to be a bit too much. All the Stuka is turning out to be a bit too much. All these snipers, all this infantry costs for the Brits. It's just, man, they're falling apart here. So again, I need another drink. This is what happens when you just keep on speaking non-stop. You guys gotta feel a little bit of sympathy for me here. And the VPs are at 446 for the Brits, 187 for the Wehrmacht. So that is testimony and epitome of how the Brits were having such a great hold early on. Just holding that VPs for so long. And there we go, look at that 17-pounder just devastating this Panther over here, doing massive damage to it. Boom, boom, big chunks at a time. That's what we like seeing, big chunks at a time. Stuka's being so rampant against all of these positions over here. Oh my gosh, look at the physics. You know what, I think this panorama view is probably the best thing right now because we've got so much action going around the map at the moment that I think this is going to be the best way to actually absorb everything that is happening. So, all these men moving on forward here. Whoa! Denied! MG's being absolutely denied. It's just there is so much unfortunate there's so much unfortunate luck taking place on this field at the moment. Just these men running into a mortar. It wasn't even a mortar hitting the men, it was men running into a mortar. How unfortunate. Cromwell taking damage from Panzerfaust, killing the Knight's Cross, again denied. Man. And here we go, everything is falling back. The Brits are having to force back into a fetal position over here in their sort of safe corner. It's heavily bunkered down, but you can tell that the Stukas are slowly whittling down all these emplacements. You know, a great option for Brits when they go for SimCity. This is a tip for you guys. I don't support SimCity, but if you ever do go for SimCity, you can always try going for what are they called again? You know, improved emplacements. It's a doctrinal ability. Improved emplacements. It effectively makes your emplacements almost immune to artillery damage. Basically, you could have as many Stukas as you like. You could shoot down on top. You could say if you had 4 Stukas, you could fire on top of an MG nest and it would only take it down like half health. It'd be that horrible, basically. It's such a useful ability that you can get for the Brits, depending on which doctrine you go for. And yeah, if you're gonna go for SimCity, definitely recommend it. 2 thumbs up. So here we go. The battlefield is absolutely devastated, isn't it? Just look at that, all the craters, and you can see the sandbags, and I don't know how this is happening, but I'm getting pins and needles in my hand right now. So again, have sympathy for me because I'm losing blood circulation in my hand whilst I'm doing this cast for you guys. Effectively, by the end of this replay, I'm gonna have to amputate my hand because I'm not gonna have any blood in it anymore. God, how does this happen? This is the first time I've ever had pins and needles in my hand from doing a replay. Right, anyway, so let's head on back to a normal perspective because we've been doing this for quite a while. And back here, and you can see that it's a lone Knight's Cross. Now this is how they earn their oak leaves here. Yeah, that's sort of killing a few guys, but then retreating. Fair enough. Being a bit smart. And all these guys moving on forward. Now look at what happened to the Brits side. So quick recap of what happened here. I mean, we had a solid defensive line for the Brits. You know, they had the HQ, they had all this great stuff. Oop, he had on the ground. Mortars and all that yummy bases. And now it's just a bunch of craters, heap of ash. That's all that's left. So I think if there's a take-home note for this, Stukas is your best friend if you're the Wehrmacht and you're taking on SimCity. Stukas to the max. If you can, Stuka. Just make sure that you can actually hold off until you can get them, because if your opponent is going to go for a lot of infantry, do what these guys did. Get lots of supporting units with the MGs, with the snipers and such, flamethrowers, until you can get that Stuka, right? But you know, it's a bit of a risk if I actually consider it, if anything, because I mean there was a point in this game where the Brits could easily have spammed little Stuarts and the Wehrmacht would have had nothing to counter it. They just had snipers and pioneers, and that would have been difficult, if anything. So I don't know, it's a bit of a risk. You could hope that your opponent wouldn't go for a little Stuart, but if say both opponents went for 2 Stuarts each, little Stuarts each, 4 in total, I think the Wehrmacht would certainly have lost a lot earlier. But here we go. I don't know what the Brits are trying to do. Probably coming for some sort of VP win. Maybe sneak one in there, but being absolutely denied just before they were capturing that, finished capturing. Absolutely denied. But it looks like the Brits are coming back with a secret force of some sort. They're coming back with armor. So now they've changed their flesh to mechanized gears. And now we'll have to see how effective this is going to be. 2 Cromwells, not that effective, but now when you've got these double Sherman Fireflies with also a supporting Cromwell command tank, effectively allowing faster fire rates, we'll have to see what comes out of this. This is maybe what the Brits needed. Oh no, oh no, oh no, V1! I don't know where this is going to come down because I haven't watched this replay. I'm guessing it's going to be around here. V1! V1, no, no, no! It was so predictable. It was so predictable. I don't think it really takes a genius to tell where that V1 was gonna go. You know what? I think what the Wehrmacht should do right now is they should both use a V1 at the same time. Like, say if they shot V1 down here and then one down there, they can effectively destroy everything, no matter where it retreated to. So that's, in my opinion, a good idea. Oh, Stuka going down. Brits being a bit pesky here, getting off some really sneaky shots on the exposed artillery at the moment. Yep. And so everything's moving back because it's going to need to get repaired. So I suppose the Brits are trying to get back into the race here. Made the Wehrmacht waste a V1. And made the Wehrmacht lose a Stuka. But at the same time, it looks like this field support truck is going to go down. Oh no. Yeah, it's definitely going to be going down. Sherman Firefly just trying to harass this King Tiger. Let's see how much damage it'll do. Oh my god, that's pathetic. It penetrated the King Tiger, but done hardly anything. Oh no, oh no, not Sherman Firefly gonna go down. I hope not. I certainly hope not. Keep moving it back, keep moving it back, keep moving it back. Oh, I don't know. This is gonna be an iffy thing. We've got some snipers over here killing the sappers. We've got the Sherman Firefly going down, also some mines being placed down by some more sappers here, but you can tell that the Brits are crumbling now, can't you? Despite all of this, you know what? The Brits, this entire game, they spammed infantry. They spammed basically everything that costed manpower, and that left them with such a large surplus of fuel, because at the moment they've only got plus 26 fuel rate. That's not enough, effectively, to... if you have a plus 26 fuel rate to supply you in order to maintain a decent armored force, right? It's not going to be enough in the long term. But the nice thing is that they saved up so much fuel throughout the game so far that they can just keep on buying as much as they want for the meantime. And so that's what they're doing. They're producing an armored company at the moment. But oh god, everything is just taking so much hassle here. He needs to he needs to keep this stuff alive and not take any shots, and then he needs to bring it all out at the same time. But it's difficult because the Wehrmacht are just pushing on forward when the Brits really don't need it at the moment. Okay. You know, I think what the Brits should do at the moment, right now, is use their 25 pounders to destroy or kill the snipers on the Wehrmacht snipers, because I think these snipers are being one of the biggest hassles at the moment, because they're killing all the sappers, which are repairing the fireflies. The sappers also have Piets, and so I think the best thing to do is try to get some lucky shots off, kill these snipers if you possibly can. Whoa, that was sort of close. And what is going on? We see a sort of, oh, what kind of face would that be? Whoa, my screen froze. That would be like a sigh face. Sigh. Anyway, we've got the King Tiger with a badly damaged engine at the moment. But still, so much armor. You know you've been playing a match for a long time when your battlefield is a bunch of craters and smoldering ashes. You can just clearly look across the battlefield and see the collapsed buildings, the destroyed wrecks, the dead men, all that great stuff. You also know it's been a long battle when 36 minutes into a game, 37 minutes into the game, there's neutral points. Especially fuel points and munitions points. I don't know. That is testimony of a long game. Oh my gosh, we've got some artillery coming down right on top of everything here. I think that might be a creeping barrage, actually, considering how it looks like it's doing moving along in a straight line over here. Whoa! It's just like fireworks, isn't it? It's not really killing anything, but it's just more so of a show. They're putting on the Brits are putting on a show for the Brits, for the Wehrmacht. Man, it is a war of attrition, isn't it? The Brits have actually held on really well. It looked like they were gonna just collapse there. Like, it was just, they were falling back constantly. Their positions were being destroyed. But I guess what happened was they just had too much to take care of before. They had too much over here, and now they've actually diverted their main resources towards getting fireflies, so vehicles, and that's really important. Also, their howitzers are being more effective now, you know, killing infantry, damaging vehicles. Look at that, look at that. Whoa. You know, the Wehrmacht are just on the front line over here because they're thinking to themselves, yeah, we're getting ready for a push, but at the same time, the Brits can see where their Panthers are, and they're just lobbing down these artillery right on top of everything here. Firestorm coming down on top of these guys, and they are burning in their trench. I'm not sure if he actually realizes this at the moment. Oh god, one squad gone, and another one is burning. And they are gone as well. They should have stayed in that trench a little bit longer, but I guess they were getting a bit paranoid there, but they are dead. 2 squads gone just like that in that trench. So, you know, you'd think a trench would be safe, but then as soon as the flames start creeping in, then you know, oh god, the last thing I want to be in is a trench. Here we go, more artillery coming down. Could that be another creeping barrage? It looks like it. Oh, whoa! Massive damage on this Stuka from full health down to that much. I'd love to see another another creeping barrage if possible. Depends how much munitions these guys have. Let's take a look at 2v2 Brits. He doesn't have that much. I guess that's the unfortunate thing. Whilst Bartek has quite a lot, actually. Good for him. Although I don't think he really has that much artillery, actually. I think he's gone strictly just for his armor, and so that's why he's a bit suffering in terms of artillery support right now. But overall, the VPs haven't really changed that much, have they? I mean, the Brits went down a little bit, but it's not a substantial amount. It's still overall tied, neutral. Nobody can even capture the center VP, because they know whoever can capture this, it's probably going to be a while before anyone will capture it again. So I'd like to see the Brits actually take a hold of it if they could, but I don't know. I think the best time to actually do it would probably be after a Stuka barrage is finished. But whether they realize this or not, who knows. Here we go, more artillery coming down, and it's just an engagement. It's become almost like a duel, so imagine, if you will, this is like the Wild West. You've got like a standoff here. You've got the Wehrmacht right there. You've got the Brits over here. And they're just exchanging blows now, aren't they? Brits are putting down mines. So at least that's what Bartek is doing, a good thing. He's got so much munitions that he's just saying, hell to it. I'm going to put down a minefield. A big row of mines over here. And that's great. I think that's what he needs at the moment. Oh, Yimiru is saying King Tiger soon. Dum dum dum. Another King Tiger. Does Rochintzky still have his King Tiger? Panther? King Tiger. Yes, he does. Uh-oh. Double Panther. That's gonna be a bad sign, isn't it? Here we go. Exchanges of blows. Artillery coming down right on top of the stuff over here. We've got that going down over there. The howitzers. I think what the Brits need, or maybe what they're using, is counter battery at the moment, because I think what they might be doing is firing right on top of these Stukas as soon as they fire. So that is probably, I think that's what they're doing. At least I hope so. Anyway, maybe they're manually just aiming, but you can also use counter battery to try and take out those Stukas. That could be another good idea. And there we go, the Brits or the Wehrmacht have actually captured the center VP at last. One side has faltered a little bit. King Tiger is being a little bit too bold. And it's moving on back. Yet it is 42 minutes in the game where we're nearing the end of it, but we still don't really know who's going to win, do we? 167 for the Wehrmacht, 350 9 for the Brits. So obviously it's quite clear that the Brits are leading in terms of VPs. Uh-oh. V1. It's obviously going to be somewhere down here. Let's see. Bum bum bum. Boom! Did it kill anything? Oh god, I think it missed again. Another failed V1! No! How horrendous. That's more munitions just wasted like that. So another failed V1 for the Wehrmacht. That's kind of unfortunate, you know? The V1s, what tends to happen in these games with Wehrmacht versus Brits, is that it usually changes when the Tides of War usually just changes automatically as soon as the V1 is successful and kills a big squad of Brits or something like that, right? But that's not happening in this game. The Wehrmacht just keep on missing. Maybe they're just being too predictable. Maybe the Brits are being smart by just moving everything to the right places or moving them back. I have no idea. And everything is coming down on top of these guys here. It looks like this Panther is most certainly going to be going down. Yep. Simple as. Panzer IV, is he going to get away? Depends. He's moving a little bit slowly at the moment. I think he probably will. He's got... yeah, he's going to get away, certainly. He's actually raging because it's taking ages to move. I know that feeling. I know that feeling when you've got a tank that you're trying to retreat. You're clicking everywhere like boom, 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 click, 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 click. And it just starts rotating, and it's like, stop rotating, just reverse, god damn it. But it just doesn't. It decides to just have a stroll before it retreats, and that's like the last thing that you need. Okay. And here we go. So the Wehrmacht actually took a little bit of damage there, and now they're slightly falling back, but my god, look at all the armored force that the Wehrmacht have at the moment. All Veterancy 3 up against just what the Brits have right there. Brits need Veterancy. They need armored, a Cromwell command tank with Veterancy out.
We're losing territory.
That's what they need. But it's becoming a little bit of a lull at the moment. And just some stuff being capped up here. And uh-oh. I have a feeling as the game is starting to near its end here, and Yimiru has just said that a King Tiger's just come out his. Double KTs, all these Panthers, Stukas. Oh, I think I have a feeling I know what's going to happen here. So, as we witness these last moments in this game, as we are part of the struggle that the Brits are about to partake in here as an unformidable force of unending Axis armor with Veterancy comes, we shall watch in enjoyment, but watch them as they suffer. Oh wow, Sherman Firefly is actually running over Knight's Cross. Never seen that before. Never seen them actually run over any infantry actually, but fair enough. Guess they can. And Firestorm coming down, chasing away these things, just weakening it all before all of this is going to move on in. So the moment is just about to arrive. You can see the 2 KTs right there against 4 Fireflies and a Cromwell command tank that is still quite a lot of armor to deal with. Also got these Piats over here, mines set down to help keep the stuff okay. Hopefully the tanks will land on these mines, if anything. But here we go. Oh god, no. Considering how much these Sherman Fireflies are taking damage and how little the KT is. Oh god. We're gonna have to see what happens here, guys. I think what the Brits really need at the moment is some buttoning. They need buttoning right now. Some Bren gun squads would be nice. God, you know what? Even a Bren freaking carrier with buttoning on it could help at the moment to just suppress some of the stuff, help hold it back. But oh my gosh, Brits, even with 4 Fireflies, even with a Cromwell command tank, just does not have the HP to survive all of this force. That other KT is at the back, just getting repaired. And these are the final moments here as we watch the Brits just get wrecked. Also a V1 coming down, most likely on top of the stuff over here. I have a feeling it's probably going to land over here maybe. Oh, right on top of the howitzer. That is that gone. Oh my gosh. Everything that the Brits just tried to earn. Their Sim City, their infantry blobs, their tank blobs. Everything is crumbling now. Wow. Look at that. Even the priest is taking fire from Panther. Actually, Panther's focusing on the field support truck. Man. Well, that was quite exciting. And even look at this. Even though the Brits clearly know they're gonna lose, this wee gentleman with his with his machine gun on top, he's firing away at the Panther. So helpless, so pointless, but you know, it's the thought that counts. It's the effort. What the heck happened over here? It looks like the Brits have managed to hold on somehow. How the hell did that happen? Okay. But yeah, I just see a lot of Sherman Firefly wrecks on the field at the moment, and no KTs, unfortunately. Look at how much manpower the Wehrmacht have right now. It's not even a case. Well, they are at pop cap. It's not even a case that, you know, they're just holding back their manpower because they completely forgot about it. No, it's because, well, they have pop cap, but also because they probably don't even need it at the moment. They don't probably even need to purchase anything because they're doing such a great job right now, and hey ho, they're just gonna keep on pushing here. Can the Brits take another wave of this? Well, I don't know. They've got a few tanks lined up, some of them damaged, whilst the Wehrmacht are grouping up yet again. Rochintzky is actually mentioning PopCap, 2K MP, WTF? Oh man, Stukas. So before this game is actually going to end, I want to see what the Stukas, how many kills they got. 28, 17, most of the vehicle kills and the building kills, 28 and 9 the other one. So that's going to be important for you guys to take a note of. If you're ever taking on SimCity, do use Stukas. Be a bit supportive at the beginning to try and take on their infantry, whilst maybe be a little bit cautious about any fast stewards or something like that. Make sure you can get some sort of pack or grenadier or something, right? Okay guys, but I think that overall summarizes where the Brits went wrong, sort of, anyway. I think it was just an impending doom. They've done really well early to mid game, but then the veterancy started rolling in. They were taking too much hassle from the Stukas, so if anything, if they had to learn something, they needed to destroy the Stukas a lot earlier. Maybe what one of the players should have done was gone for armor earlier, like a Sherman Firefly spam, and just went out, and maybe even a kamikaze run or suicide run just to destroy those Stukas. That could have worked pretty well. So that was almost 50-minute gameplay. I hope you guys are satisfied now. My hand is actually okay. It doesn't have to be amputated. I'm a little bit thirsty, and I'm gonna have a drink in just a wee second. But I hope you guys enjoyed this replay. It's quite fun. We see that the battlefield is torn apart. We see that the buildings are torn apart. That was somebody's room one day. Actually, how is that somebody's room when they don't even have a door? I don't know how that makes sense, but anyway. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. And of course, until next time, I will see you all later. Bye-bye.